Hey guys, Mark from Fret It Forward. We're here at Guitar Center Hollywood. Let's go inside and check out the inventory. Here, Guitar Center Hollywood, guys. Mark from Fret It Forward. Let's take a look at the inventory and caption everything that we've got, what's available. I'll do my best. Some clearance items out here in front, orange tags. Go through them here real slow. Red Charbel here, Fender. Ibanez here in the back. And then let me go back a little bit. Get them all in for you. Lots of people here today. Lots of guitar players testing out some guitars. And once again, orange tags are clearance. There we go. And then let's move to the other aisle. Jackson White right here up front. Clearance, an EVH clearance. $13.99. Old Kramer single cut for $5.99. A couple more clearance items. Godin, $18.99. A white Ibanez single cut, $12.49. Ooh, look at that. Fender. An F-hole in it, check it out. Clearance, $14.99. Jackson White, pretty. $12.99 clearance on that. EVH, $11.99. Bumblebee stripes. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful PRS, $22.49. And let me get back a little bit here. Take them all in again. That Fender Strat with an F-hole is rather unique. I don't think I've ever seen one. It's $14.99 in that Fender Strat, and that Kramer single cut, that's rather unique. Here you go, guys, let's continue. All right, up here in front, an Ibanez Sunburst, $14.99. Fender Strat, $6.49. Another Strat for $7.64. Kiesel, $13.49. Squire for $2.30. Another Fender Strat, and then another Fender Strat, and another Fender Strat. Strat row. Look at that. A single cut blue. Look at this. That's unique. Unique looking Telecaster. $22.49. Telecaster with a Fender headstock, a Fender neck. Look at this. That's different. Huh, look at that. Oh, that's different. Check these out. I can't read the pickup. It's got a big K on it. 4 knobs. Pretty familiar platform we're used to. Knob up here on top. But what's really unique is, gosh, this Fender Strat neck onto a cut, contoured Telecaster body. Look at this. Fretwork's beautiful. Nuts pretty standard we've seen on Fenders, of course. Pencil tin. And then let's take a look at this backside. Kingfish. Ah, there you go. That's what it's for. Kingfish style and profile. Look at that. Pretty gorgeous. That's like, gosh, 3 guitars all in one, if you know what I mean. Beautiful, isn't it? And then go to the headstock, and let's get the tag in for you. Gosh, that's unique. And then here we'll continue on. LTD, $4.99. White Ibanez, $11.99. Ibanez, $3.99. Gretsch. Beautiful, look at the color on that one. Let's take a look at the price on this thing. $7.99. Oh, I get it now. The bold print and the big block here at the top, used gear, that'll tell you it's used gear. Gorgeous. next to that, another used gear, Pacifica, Yamaha Pacifica, $5.99. Beautiful headstock. Ibanez single cut next to that, clearance. And another clearance Schecter, green, aquamarine. Look at that. 7-string Jackson, $13.99. And the Gibson Les Paul in the back for $29.99. Okay, this has clearance here. Big block letters, no clearance, and then you've got the clearance orange tag, and then you've got the heavy black bar that says used at the top. Once again, black, bold black letters. I see what's going on here now. That'll give you an idea of what they're doing as far as pricing is concerned. Let's move on. All right, guys, let's get a load of these Epiphones. Epiphone row here, nothing but. All right, the first one, $7.99, brand new. $6.99, standard. Another Epiphone LP standard for $12.99. SG style, pretty artwork. Clear knobs with a red background, just like the pickups. $6.99 for this Epiphone. Chumata. And the one next to it's really pretty. Les Paul Custom Epiphone, $6.49. It's got slashed $150 off. It's a pretty color. And then right next to it, look at that. Deep purple. That's a gorgeous color. Look at that. $150 slashed off of this one too. Look at the headstock. That's pretty. Pardon me. Oh, that's gorgeous. Big old fat nut. Some really nice pearloid inlays. Gorgeous. Nice big black poker chip. I like this one. I don't know if I'd be laughed at getting a purple guitar from the fam, but you know what? Get what you get. You're all good. Next is that an Epiphone. Big red, used gear, $9.99. There you go, good pricing for you. Pretty background music. Epiphone. Pretty. Epiphone row. And then you've got the bat inlays on this one. Let me get in on the 12th fret for you. There you go. That's $8.99. I like these knobs for some reason. They look kind of weird, kind of antique and vintage, but I like the way they move. Nice. Yeah, Epiphone row. And for you 7-stringers, there's 4 of them here. Jackson, Ibanez. $12.99 white here in front, $9.44. $6.99 for that matte blue, and $11.99 clearance. All items clearance on these 7 strings here. Here you go, guys. And a couple of beautiful Ibanez's. Check them out. $8.99. Really a great design. Let's move on. And when you think you've seen enough strings, this is an 8-string D with some EMGs. Look it up. Used gear, $12.99. Gosh, look at the size of this guitar. Look at the headstock. Massive. Wow, look at that. There you go, guys. For you 8-stringers, any of you out there, raise them up. Here's a 7-stringer Schecter. Demon 7, vintage white. Beautiful inlays. Great looking X-Rock, look at that. A couple of Charvels next to that. Some Seymour Duncans on this one. Clearance, $9.99. Go to the headstock. And then we'll move over one. Another Charvel with some gold hardware for $12.99. Really nice looking. And they'll scan down the first row, starting off with this black Jackson, $3.99, and the white one, $12.99, right next to it. That's a 7-stringer there. A lot of 7-string guitars in here. Even saw that 8-string. Left-handed Ibanez. Oh, wait a minute, no. Got me wrong. That's a right-handed with almost a left-handed body look. Oh, that's really cool. Genesis Ibanez 540 P3 collection. I'm gonna start counting the tuners, man, to make sure I've got 6 strings and not 7. Beautiful, I liked it. This is a $400 savings on this one. The inlays, beautiful. Look at that. That really caught me off guard. I thought it was a left-handed guitar just from the distance, you know, standing up here at the next to the first row, and look at that. It's actually a right-handed guitar, but it's got a really nice cut to it, and it looks left-handed. I'm gonna take it down. Give me a second here. I'm not scratch anything. That is beautiful. Really thin D neck, I want to say. A really thin D. Huh. Look at the body. That is gorgeous. The horn on the bottom, much bigger and thicker than the horn at the top. Usually it's the other way around. Oh, that's unique. Ooh, look at that. Pretty backside. Look at that big old fucking profile cut on this matrimony here. Look at that. Double striped. Goat and tuners. Wow, this is gorgeous. Pretty light. I'd say about almost 8 pounds. I think that's light compared to my Fender Strat. Almost at 11 pounds. Let's get back to this one. It's a clearance item. Say $400. Locking tuners here at the top. It's a beautiful guitar. I like it. What do you guys think? All right, get over it. Let's keep moving. A couple of Gretches next to that. $7.89, $8.99. Big body Gretsch there. $10.19, $8.89, $5.29. Jackson $9.99. Another Jackson $9.74. Let's take a look and see what this Jackson goes for. It's on sale, $10.99. Save $270. And then looks like the Jackson Minion $269. Dinky $249. The Pinky $13.99. There's that body again. That's cute. I like it. Ibanez $13.99. Keep moving. Child's guitar for $219. Jackson. Little headbanger. Look at that. Little dinky. Bright orange. Let's get the color in. It's full of glory. Another little dinky for a child. Great gift. $219. Ibanez, and some more Ibanez. You can see the prices there, I hope. That monkey grip, I don't get it, man. What a gimmick. Anyhow, I like the brand. I love the guitars, but that monkey grip, I don't know. To each his own. Let's keep moving. I'll keep going behind the ladder. There's a bunch of PRSs. I'll stay right here. You can see the prices real quick. Other side of the ladder is a Schecter. Some beautiful inlines. Check it out. $3.99 used gear. Damien Elite Diamond Series. They always put out a great product. You know me. PRS $11.49 with an F hole in it. Gosh, 3 pickups. Is that really necessary? Anyhow, Schecter. I like this one. This is a 7-stringer, but I played a 6-stringer this once upon a time ago when I first got introduced to the brand. Great guitar, I thought. You know, this 7-string is much different than the R6, as this R7 has 7 strings. Once again, a lot of 7-string guitars here. That's a Guitar Center Hollywood. Used gear, another Schecter 1449 C1. Great guitar. Part of my profile picture logo on the front and forward page. I used to have one. What's this? I want to say this is a used gear too. $9.99. Floyd Rose. Look at this. Pretty guitar, isn't it? What's next to it? Ooh. What's this? Yeah, the C1 Floyd Rose SLS, the Elite Evil Twin. Great looking guitar. Let's see if I can take it off the shelf because I want to say the back of this guitar is just really pretty. The inlays are really unique, real gorgeous. It's got the Sustainiac system, Sustainiac pickups. And look at the back side of this thing. Isn't that a gorgeous piece of equipment? Look at this. What a great look. The number of pieces of wood that go into the manufacturing of this. And look at the tuning heads, the way they're lined up. They put them as they will, because it's a straight through, almost straight through perfection. Straight through guitar. Here you go. Look at that. Locking tuners. Gorgeous guitar. Sustainiac system and its pickups. Floyd Rose Essential here. The hardware. Thin profile, dramatically cut. Look at that. Look at that matrimony. Oh, what a dramatic cut on this backside. Look at that. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but gosh, it is probably one of the most dramatic cuts in a profile backside of the matrimony I've ever encountered. Anyhow, I'm giving this way too much attention for the non-Schecter fans. Anyhow, let's move on, guys. I'll put that back. Stop dreaming. All right, let's keep going. Headstock with no ID. Let's get close to it. Looks like it had it. There's 2 little holes there, probably for the placeholder. Yeah, this is a Yamaha. Beautiful. Rough Star. Look at the color of this thing. It's just gorgeous. Really unique instrument. No matter what they make, it's just absolutely divine. And from a distance, you can always tell their fretwork. I mean, let me just stand here for a second and look at the edge on the left and the edge of the right at this distance. I'm going to groove in closer. You can already see the work is so detailed on the fret edges. They probably do the best job I've ever seen on fretboards, running across them in all the guitar stores that I've ever seen. I've seen Shure, yeah, close second. This one's beautiful. Look at that fretwork. Look at those edges. Beautiful, isn't it? And we'll keep moving. Sterling Kaizen. There's another ladder here. LTD for $12.74. The James Hetfield style Charvel Relic, $12.99. Save $500 on that one. That's a pretty guitar. And I'll stay here for a second. There's a Yamaha back there for $9.29. See that? A couple of Gibson SGs. Used gear, $12.99. I'd imagine the black and the red are the same price. $12.99. If you're interested, call the store. And there's a LTD E2 clearance, $16.99 there in the back. I can't really get a picture of it, but let's do this. Behind the ladder. There you go. Hope that works for you guys. Back here looks like a bunch of Epiphones. To my left, there's one Gibson there on clearance there next to the red Epiphone for $19.99. And there's another Gibson up here in front, Sunburst, for $19.99. And the rest of these are Epiphones. Ooh, wait a minute. There's a Gibson SG right here in the front. $19.99 as well. There you go. Ooh, look at that. $7.99 for the Epiphone Firebird. Turn to the right and get a bunch of these Les Pauls and Let's see if I can do this better for you. Here you go. I'll get these price tags and the headstocks, and then I'll come back and get the colors in for you. That's different. Used gear, $10.99. Used Gibson Les Paul with the matching headstock color. I don't know what to call that color. It's really different. It's like a greenish yellow. And, Look at that. That's different. There you go. There is a ton of guitars here. Let me move over left here and see something downstairs. Oh wow, look at that. Ooh, Wall of Fame, look at this. Some beautiful artwork. Alright, cool. Let's move downstairs. Oh, have you ever seen so many guitars? Let's go upstairs and check it out. Front and center. $8.99 for a Les Paul. Christ, above that, $12,999. Holy Christ, for a Gibson. And they're at the top, $18,000 that way. Wow. Look at the price of those things, man. I wonder if they come with a transmission. Look at this. That looks like an oldie. That looks like an original from Once Upon a Time Ago, or a copy thereof. Look at that. Wow, pretty stuff. All right, let's go over to the right. Gibsons, of course, to the right. Let's start there. $64.99, $39.99, $39.99. There's a strange one. Used gear, $54.99. That's different. And then next to that, $28.49. Sunburst, $31.49 vintage. There you go. Look at that. Next to that, used gear, white SG, 3 pickups, $51.99. A vintage SG, $27.99 for that one. And then over to the right, vintage V, $11,999. Jesus. Wow. Look at this. Gosh, you buy a guitar like this from a company like Guitar Center, they'll probably like take your 911 call and say, "Hey, I broke a string." Come right on over and change it for you. Look at this old Gibson vintage, $14.99. Huh. That's different. There you go. And here I'll scan the second row. Notice the tags: used gear, first 4 of them. The vintage labels, the next 3 of them. And then you've got some used gear and a vintage 12 stringer in the back. There you go. Nice and slow again. And then we'll look at the other side. Alright, here's the other behemoth of a company, Fender. First one, white pickups and some 3 knobs here on the front. Some gold hardware, $27.99, Fender Elite. White Olympic. Ooh, look at these tuners, along with the gold hardware. Look, that's different. I've never seen these type of tuners before on a Fender guitar. Huh, those are interesting. Look at that. Huh, there you go. And then next to that, $39.99 for the green one, $27.99 as used. Vintage mint for $9.99. And then some more used gear here in the back. $39.99, $37.99, $32.99. Telecaster single cut, $29.99. And Jaguar here in the back, $34.99. Used gear, 2021. You don't see that very often. So there you have, guys. It's pretty gear. The second row, and you can see some relics here in the front.
$74.99, $43.99. Those are both tagged used. The next two are tagged vintage, so are the next three. So you got those 5 vintage items there. Another Fender Jaguar, $8.99, $8.99, $99.99. And then these last items here, vintage, $85, $49, $69.99, and then $49.99 for the Starcaster there in the back. That's what it is, Starcaster. I like this guitar. I don't know why, but I do like it. I've played it once or twice and fell in love with it. And once again, I don't know why. Headstock is massive. Look at that. Take some of these arm off with that thing. $49.99 vintage. I don't know. It's a great sounding, great looking, feeling. Did I say looking, feeling guitar? Yeah, it's a pretty guitar. I gotta admit it. All right, enough of that. Here you go, guys. Not gonna go over all of them, but here's to the right of the room. Nothing but guitars. There you go. Oh yeah, and back of me, more guitars. Lots of them used. You can see a lot of the used labels on there. And then they got a wall of basses. Not too many, but they've got them here in the back room and a few up front. There you have it, guys.
For me, that was a treat. Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. What a wonderful trip. Don't come out here too often. This is where I bought my first guitar, so this means a lot to me. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Appreciate it.